Hi, I'm Jim from RightClick. I'm here to talk today about how an MSP can help a small business, specifically help the business lower its risk from cybersecurity incidents and also improve productivity. I'm going to use a case study, and it's with one of our clients, Scott Overhead Doors. Scott Overhead Doors and Equipment is a family-owned company in Anaheim, California. They've been in business for more than 30 years, installing and repairing commercial roll-up doors, dock levelers, and related equipment. When a loading dock door fails, work stops and safety is on the line. So their 24/7 emergency crews and same-day service make sure warehouses, retail stores, and logistics sites stay open for business.
We have been in business since 2006, so going on 20 years. We did everything pretty much pen and paper, used the computer a little bit, and now, as you can see, I'm swarmed in paper. So we need to eliminate this because it's not working. It's taking way too much time and we need to become much more efficient because we've grown and gotten extremely busy over the years. Having RightClick help us out, streamlined. Finally found Jim and Connor. They have saved us.
The purpose of this case study is to show some common challenges that Scott Overhead faces that are probably similar to your small business. As they grew, they encountered challenges common to most small businesses. Some of their process became bottlenecks, where they would have internal staff that would handle things like quoting, invoicing, meeting new customers, managing installation schedule. As they gained more customers, this became harder to complete the jobs on time. Certain parts of their process would be maxed out. For instance, they would get a new client, go on site to quote or estimate, but they'd have one person that can handle the estimation. That person would have to do manual documentation. The paperwork would then find its way to the office where they would quote the job, schedule the job. There's lots of manual paperwork. Scott uses QuickBooks to run their accounting system. Working around QuickBooks was some manual paperwork or some emails. When the jobs would get installed, they would typically take photographs of the job that would be stored on one of the installer's phones. They would then send the photos back in. Occasionally, a client would have a question about a job. Was this door installed properly? Did they do all the doors in a certain area they wanted to have done? When the business was smaller, this was easier for Scott to track. But now that the company's much bigger, this became more unwieldy to track. I'm going to show as an example how Scott works with RightClick and how we're able to address some of these issues, really help meet the company's business plan to accelerate their growth. All business should have two goals in mind. One is to lower risk. An MSP should lower your risk of having a serious cybersecurity incident, of losing data, of being hacked. The other thing that the MSP should do is it should improve productivity. We should be introducing new technology that's very understandable for the small business to use, that's been proven that the MSP company has worked with similar technology, helps speed the way the company works. We look at the part of Scott's business that's not using standard software. They have QuickBooks, that stays in place, but there's this whole process around QuickBooks where it was causing a lot of extra work. RightClick met with the team at Scott. We worked together to create an AI-enabled custom app. Using new AI technology, this is more accessible now to small business. We're able to create a custom app that's not too expensive to develop. The app did numerous things. It really speeded their quote process because now on site, when the estimator is looking at the job to quote, they can record their notes in audio. They can take the pictures. It pulls them in automatically. This then gets automatically submitted to the office. It can get imported into QuickBooks for a quote. It really speeds the process, lowers errors. Same when the job is done, the photographs go into the system. Scott was able to basically create a mini ERP software system for their business. This really helps speed things along.
Now I'm going to show you guys a demonstration of the application we're building for Scott Overhead Doors. We can create an estimate, in this case a back warehouse door, and we can schedule the estimate and the estimator and the amount of time we expect it to take. This is going to put it on the estimator calendar. Now Brett, on his mobile device, when he arrives on site, is able to do an estimate with quickly recording audio for what doors, components, materials, and notes he wants to add. It takes that and uses AI to process the transcript and separate it out into separate doors. Once he's happy with the bid and all the notes are in, you can create a job. The job can then be scheduled, indicating where the location, if the material is ready, and what region it's in. The last thing I'm going to show you guys today is the mobile job portion. This is what the on-site techs are going to use. They use it to start the site with a signature, which starts time tracking and action tracking. They go into each door and complete the work. Upon completion of the work, they take photo and video verification for future reference. Then, on the completion of each door, there's a required signature.
Scott uses RightClick's endpoint defense and management. This is the best way to protect a company. RightClick also migrated Scott to the full Microsoft cloud. They're using SharePoint for their file storage. And we've enabled some of the security restrictions inside of Microsoft 365 to protect their system. Like two-factor, you want to have that turned on to prevent phishing. But we also use some extra conditional access controls inside of Microsoft 365, limiting who can access their information to only the company devices. We use what's called zero trust cybersecurity. We want to assume that any type of security measure can be breached, and we want to limit the ability to move sideways, to move through the network. Security frameworks like zero trust in the past were more used for a larger enterprise business. It's a job of a company like RightClick to bring these type of frameworks into a small business environment where it's not too costly to implement. We have the solution pre-implemented. We're able to install it at Scott overhead doors. It helps protect the systems. They can work with more confidence. There's a lot of emailing with their clients, so we have extra email security and phishing protection on there as well. What we're able to do with Scott overhead doors is we're able to better protect their system using zero trust cybersecurity. Our company has a SOC where we monitor their system 24/7. This is a small business, so we're monitoring their system along with other RightClick customers, so it's not too costly for them. The all-in cost working with RightClick will be similar if Scott Overhead hired a part-time office administrator to help them process their manual paperwork. But now instead, they have a company that helps them develop new technology solutions using AI, helps protect their cybersecurity, manages their cloud system, is there to support them if anything else goes wrong. RightClick provides IT direction to Scott Overhead Doors. We meet on a quarterly basis. We have a strategic systems plan that we designed together with the business owner. This plan covers how the cybersecurity should work. What are some pain points in the business that technology can address? RightClick works to understand Scott's business so we can work together to help power the business plan, to continue the growth into the future and lower risks. Thank you for watching this case study. You can see working with an MSP like RightClick can really help your small business grow to the next level.